people. So we are back. I just got done editing the video that'll be on, I guess, last week's video. Um, and yeah, man, I've, I gotta say, I was really hesitant at first to start creating content when I first started, just because the fear of like what everybody else is gonna say and like just the opinions of others and like, oh, I'm not, what, who am I? I'm not an expert on anything. Like, why should I be somebody that posts content? But as I've done it, dude, it's just really turned into a passion project for me. Like, now I just really enjoy creating. And at the end of every week, I get to go back and view like what I did that past week. And dude, it's just really been a fun process. And now as I'm starting to get more into working with one of my buddies to create more tax content, whether it be reels or long form videos. It's just something that really excites me, man, and just growing my own personal brand. And it's like, yeah, I have 43, 50, like less than 50 subscribers, but it's just so much fun to do it and like know that there's people out there watching it, even if it's 10, 15 people. But I don't know, man. It's just something that I would encourage everybody to do because at the end of the day, with where the world is going and the direction that social media is going, it's becoming more of an authentic thing. People don't love the short, choppy clips anymore. They want more of an authentic, just like get to know you. And I think that on top of that, just the power of a personal brand at this point is so important. If you have a personal brand, you're able to literally do anything. Simon Squibb and Iman Gadzhi did a video where they discussed this and they were like, if you have a personal brand, you can sell anything and you automatically get discounts into stuff because of your personal brand. Like people want, if you have a strong personal brand, people want to be associated with you. Like people want to do business with Iman because anything he touches turns to gold because of his personal brand and who he is in this entrepreneurial space. So I think that anybody can make one. It's just figuring out what you're passionate about and telling it. And even if you don't feel like you're an expert, like I've never claimed to be an expert on taxes or anything. Like, yes, I'm knowledgeable about it, but there's people that are way more qualified than me. People that have been in the industry for 30 years. I'm 24. I've been in the industry for a year and a half. And I think that I think that just telling your view on the story and like what your view is on any subject is so powerful because there's nobody else out there that has the same opinion as you. My opinion on health is different than anybody else's. Like there might be similar viewpoints, but nobody has the specific knowledge that you have, and nobody has the specific viewpoint that you have, and nobody can explain it the way that you can. And so I would just encourage you, even if you don't feel qualified or whatever, just start, man. I think I touched on this in the last video that I just got done editing. Just start, just document what you're doing. And at the very least, you'll have something that you can go back and look at one day. And, one day you might be a billionaire, but people will know where you started and where you are now because you documented it the whole time. And yeah, I don't know, people. I think that everybody at this point should realize how important it is to have a personal brand that just documents your thoughts and your success and is authentic to who you are. So, about to get this video uploaded, and then I got to do some more client work for tax, and apparently I got to get my laundry out. So, all right, I'll check back in with y'all later. All right, people, so we're back. So it is Sunday and been a great day, man. Been a really great day. Been a great weekend, honestly. Gotten a lot of work done. And yeah, just really focused on getting things done, but also spent some time with some really good people, people that are really faith driven, really business and success driven. So just been surrounding myself with good people all weekend. And, it's
that's good for me. I think it's a good reset. Sometimes I get caught up too much in just focusing on the business and just focusing on growing my personal accomplishments in a monetary sense, but it's good to reset and get around people that are also focused on other things, such as, their faith, and, just getting around people that'll push you in that aspect. So been doing that all weekend, working a little bit, trying to get things finished up for my clients, with the approaching partnership tax return deadline. So yeah, that's March 17th. So if you have a partnership, you need to make sure you get that done, so you don't get any penalties or fines. You need to make sure that you just file your taxes and pay them if you can. At the very least, make sure to file, because the fines for not filing are much larger than the fines for not paying. So if you're gonna do one or the other, I'd suggest both, of course. Make sure that you file. But yeah, so tonight my buddy Colin, the guy who's gonna be helping me with my video editing, is coming over. I'm gonna cook some salmon, maybe do some like salmon Japanese bowl type deal. But yeah, he's coming over, and I think we're gonna talk content, talk our strategy, probably film a little bit, and yeah, just keep staying busy, man. Just keep pushing the needle. So each and every single day, it's all you can focus on. So are you ready?
I don't know.
It's your first time on the vlog, so
Oh my god.
I'm gonna introduce you,
Yeah.
and then you can just tell everybody what we've been doing. All right, so we're here. We're with Julia and Colin, so we're gonna let them take over the vlog real quick.
I'm glad you're in this too.
Of course.
So let them know. Tell the world what they need to
To
know.
Colin, before we got here, he said I was going to be witnessing the Jeff Bezos
Yeah, no.
basement scenario.
This is Steve Jobs in the garage.
Steve,
We're living it right now.
Steve Jobs in a garage. So that is what I'm witnessing right now.
Mm-hmm.
The start of
It's a beautiful process.
the start of a business, basically.
Yeah. Eating healthy, getting some new ice cream.
Yes.
What did we cook tonight, Julia?
Salmon, because I need to have low cholesterol.
Yeah.
It was-
Stars born right in front of us.
It was so good, and I learned I can eat ice cream.
What kind was it? Tell them about the ice cream for bears.
Bears. It was for
It's
some
so
bear
healthy,
ice-
bears can eat it.
It's so. Is that why it's called that?
It's marketing. It doesn't.
I think it's because it's sweetened by honey, to be honest, but I don't know.
Oh, that would make sense. This is what we ate. This is not a promo.
No, please.
However-
Please-
Actually, we would
please
love
Please
that.
be a promo and sponsor me.
Yeah.
Ice cream for bears.
Actively looking.
Oh my goodness. Have you got sponsorships?
No, definitely not.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
People are on the phone.
We definitely do
People
not
are in the inbox.
not on the sponsorship train yet, but maybe
I really.
I'll have like a random like QuickBooks sponsorship, or like
Dope.
a make sense QuickBooks sponsorship, and then like a random ice cream for bears.
Did I tell you that?
You can do Turbo. Is TurboTax a competitor?
They're for people that have W-2s
Gotcha.
only. That's what that's for.
I
But
really let down on a lot of. Remember my Liquid IV one?
mhm.
You were the face of that.
I know.
One post.
That was when
That was the one.
my stardom was born.
Yeah.
I was ready for the camera, and now I'm
And
vlogging.
they kept sending me Liquid IV. And I really.
You fumbled the
I
bag.
fumbled
You
the
fumbled the
bag.
bag.
Even Steve Madden sent me shoes. I'm so sorry.
So you're already a
Steve
star.
Madden, if you're seeing this, I'm so sorry.
He'll see it. I don't know who that
He'll
is,
see
but
it.
he'll see
One
it.
day.
This
Is
is
he a real person?
all right, Julia. Final words of advice. Give it to him. The
Oh,
camera is all on
You're
you.
not speaking to the camera. You're speaking to
I
the people
know.
behind
I'm
the
sorry,
camera.
but they can still see me and know I'm talking to them too. You're included as well. Oh God, advice. I don't know. I feel like in everything you do, make sure Jesus is at the center.
There we go. Number
It's a
one
sign-off.
priority.
That's the sign off.
Remember, like and subscribe.
Oh, like and subscribe.
Chrysler, you got any words of advice? Anything for the people?
Take it easy.
Second or third appearance on the vlog.
One day at a time. crush every single day, enjoy every moment of it, and then move on to the next one.
Wow.
Signing off.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so we're checking in, people. It is currently 6:05 a.m. Normally I would go work out every morning, but we got work to do. So we're staying in today. We're not working out. We're gonna go get some work done early this morning before the day job starts. So yeah, but I'm always starting my day with my quiet time with God. So that's first on the priority list, no matter if I work out and I'm in my normal routine or if I change it up. Always keep the main thing the main thing. I just started the book of James, so we're going to be going through that. And, hopefully hearing whatever God needs me to hear in this season of my life. So, yeah, we're going to be going through that here today. But yeah, I decided that with the upcoming tax deadlines, because as I mentioned previously, I believe the partnership and which is the 1065 and the S corp tax returns are due on March 17th. So got to make sure to get those out for my clients. And that's something that I don't love to do because I'm very passionate about my health and I love to work out. I love to get in the gym and especially to get my day started. But, sometimes doing the entrepreneurial route, you have to change up your schedule. You can't have everything just perfect how you want it because you have other obligations. You got to make sacrifices. Now, obviously, this is a small sacrifice, but you got to think, if you're not willing to make a small sacrifice, like not going to the gym for a day or two, then when you are faced with a bigger challenge, are you going to be able to do that? Right. And I think it's just striking that balance between making sacrifices for the sake of your business versus for the sake of your other parts of your life. So like me, I'm willing to sacrifice a couple days of not going to the gym to get my client work done because it's not going to be overall detrimental to my health. Like, yeah, I probably won't feel as good for a few days, but overall it's still, not detrimental. But one thing I'm not willing to give up is spending time in the Word, spending time with God. So I think you have to figure out where you draw the line and what you're willing to sacrifice. But also remembering like, hey, there are going to be sacrifices because it's not going to be easy. Anybody who thinks that entrepreneurship is going to be easy doesn't have the right idea. I mean, yeah, you can get lucky sometimes and like not have many challenges starting out, but eventually you're going to start facing these challenges where it's like, all right, we're facing these trade-offs and I have to pick which route I'm going to go. So that's just something that you should keep in mind as you're starting your entrepreneurial journey, as you're starting your life, really, whether you're doing entrepreneurship or anything else. Everything in life has trade-offs, so you just have to figure out where your line is and what things you're willing to compromise on and what things you're not willing to compromise on. So yeah, good weekend. Like I said, I'm gonna get in the Word, and it's always a so yeah, I'm gonna get in the Word and start my week off on the right foot. See what God is speaking to me today. Take down some notes, and just digest the word that God's trying to tell me. I think this weekend was awesome for me. I spent a lot of time with a lot of people that really support me and really support what I'm trying to do. And there's no greater feeling than being around people that want to see you win and that genuinely support what you're doing. So surround yourself with good people, and it makes a world of difference, is all I'll tell you. So, all right, I'm going to get in the word, and then it's time to get to work. So, let's get after it, people. All right, people, the early morning work session is complete. It's 8:13 now, so time to get to work on the day job. Got to get to it. I always want to make sure that I'm not taking time to do my thing during time that's supposed to be devoted to them, just because, I feel like that's the right thing to do. So, yeah, got some work in. Sadly, my monitor setup was not working for my computer, so that was a little bit of a pain. But if that's the biggest issue that I have, then first world problems ain't too bad. But yeah. Yeah, so if there's one thing that I've noticed that it seems a lot of small businesses struggle with, just from reading around on the internet and other things, it seems like a lot of people don't understand the difference in personal expenses versus business expenses. So just because you have a business does not mean that you can automatically just charge everything to your business account, whether it be bank account, credit card, whatever. It doesn't mean that you can automatically just charge it to that, right? And it's a business expense, it's a write-off. If it was that way, then it would be a little too easy, and people would not pay any tax. But the good thing is that you can find ways to incorporate your personal expenses into business expenses. So, for example, I see a lot of people, they go out and they go eat and they put it on their business, right? And if you don't have a business reason for that meal, you're not supposed to write it off. It's not supposed to be a business expense. It would be a personal expense. And so, some people get scared and they're like, oh, I can't write off anything. But it's really about finding that middle ground between like making everything a business expense and being logical and thoughtful about taking those expenses and those deductions. So the way that you do that is by making every meal have a business purpose, right? So if you're alone, it's kind of hard to do that, especially if you're traveling just in your city. Of course, if you're traveling for business, say that I traveled to Dallas to meet with a client or to have client meetings or to hold some educational seminar, then I could write off all the meals on that trip. Of course, 50% rule applies for those that are applicable English. But when you're traveling just around your city and you're just around, your home base, you have to find more creative ways to do that. So if you have employees, you can make it a business meal by discussing their performance, like a performance review. And also you could do it by discussing upcoming projects with your employee, stuff like that, kind of game plan. And you just have to document that to be able to show like, hey, this is a business expense because we took the time to discuss his performance, or we took time to discuss the project that's upcoming that we're working on and the way that we're going to do it. So that's one way. Another way is to take clients out to work. So even if it's your friends, you can find ways to do this if you have legitimate business with your friend. So like my buddy Colin, if I take him out to eat, I can make that a business expense on my card because he does video editing for me. So therefore we can discuss video editing, we can discuss business strategy, and so that makes it a business meal because it has a business purpose, because we're taking the time out of our day to go to that meal and we're discussing business that's going to increase the revenue and the profit for the company. So yeah, I mean, that's just an easy example. I think meals is the most common one just because people, they want to find ways to write off their meals so that they aren't just wasting their money on meals and they get a benefit from getting to eat, how they want. Of course, you don't want to go too excessive. If you're going to a 5-star Michelin restaurant every night, then yeah, that's going to look a little weird. The IRS is going to want to question you about that and probably wouldn't allow that. But hopefully you have an accountant that can come in there and, help you out with that and direct you the right way on what expenses should be business expenses versus personal expenses. And, of course, if you are that business owner that has, maybe messed up on this in the past and has expensed things to their business that should have been personal, all you have to do is have your accountant make sure that, make sure your accountant knows that up front that it's not a business expense and to categorize it as a personal expense. So therefore you're not taking it on your business's tax return, it's going to your tax return and it's separate from your business, so that you're not subject to any IRS questioning, because a lot of the audit system is based off ratios, and so you will face an audit if certain ratios are too high. But I hope that helps out some people. Just a little tax tip for you that I've been thinking about lately, so figured I'd share it with y'all. And yeah, I think I'm actually gonna end off the video here. It's time for me to get to my day job, and it's been a good week. We've gotten a lot of work done. We've gotten to spend some time with some good people. So yeah, I just think it's a good point to end off the video, and I'll check back in with y'all soon. So all love, HP out.